Sometimes the origins of a dish can be quite mystical. This has its influences in Indian cuisine, a hint of British, and a hint of Portuguese as well, and the wonderful flavors of coastal Indian coconut. This is Michael from Apricot. This spice blend, which I have in my hands right now, is a combination of dried red chilies which have been soaked in warm water, the seeds and stem removed before it was ground, along with some poppy seeds, some cloves, some cardamom, some cumin, some cashew nuts, pistachios and cinnamon. I'm going to take the spice blend. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of the spice blend. I'm going to take the chicken. A good marinade is always essential for good food. Leave this to stand in a cool place for about 10 to 15 minutes and you will be right there. I'm going to add some salt, some ginger garlic paste, and finally some pepper. Heat some oil. Throw in a couple of bay leaves just to flavor the oil a little bit. So whilst that's heating up, I'm going to take a glass bowl, some yogurt, some fresh cream, and whisk it well together. A good tip when whisking is to always use your wrist and not your full arm. Keep that on the side for a few minutes. I'm going to slice an onion. Put in the onion. Let that cook till it's a nice translucent in color. I don't like cooking my onions too much, for then they get too mushy. So I'm just going to leave them on the crispier side before I add in the chicken. Going to now add my mixture of cream and curd, letting it all adhere to the chicken. The flavors here are really something to flavor. It's sweet, spicy, all the things you can imagine, and the richness of the nuts as it all comes together. So leave this to stand for about 3 to 4 minutes, but keep on stirring or the curd might split. Top of this, take the chicken. It's always nice to have a little bit of color onto your plate. It adds a little bit of essence, flavor, and some dignity on a plate. So here's my version of the Country Captain. It's a simple rustic dish with plenty of flavors from different cuisines. Take a moment, subscribe to our channel. It's Hopping Chef. The blends and spices of Indian food is magical in its own ways. The correct combinations can produce marvelous results. And this is Michael from Hopping Chef bringing you a delicious apricot chicken. What I have here in this plate with me is a combination of spices which is going to be blended with a little bit of water and vinegar to give me this resulting paste. The spices are coriander seeds, some turmeric, pepper, cardamom, ginger, cinnamon, garlic, khaskhas or poppy seeds, and some cumin. All of this has been blended along with some red chilies which have been soaked in warm water and the seeds have been removed. This is what it looks like. So now what I've got here is some onion paste, the resulting masala spice blend, chicken, apricots, some vinegar, salt, and some tomatoes. I'm going to now heat my pan, add some oil, so while that's happening, I'm going to now slice some tomatoes. And I haven't thrown away the seeds nor the pulp. I'm going to now add in the spice blend. You need to cook this till the oil starts separating away from the masala. So this should take about 5 minutes or so. The next thing I'm going to add is the onion paste. The onions have already been boiled and then pureed, so I don't really need to cook them first before the masalas. Okay? Give that a good stir, let it come to a boil before adding in the chicken and some stock to it. So that's almost done. I'm going to now add in the tomato. The tomatoes not only give it some flavor, but also add a lot more moisture to the dish. I've got with me some vinegar. I'll pour it into a bowl. Add in the apricots and leave it to soak for about 15 minutes. So whilst the curry is cooking and this is soaking, I've got the chicken over here. I'm just going to slice it fine and then add it to the gravy. You slice it against the grain into long thin strips. Add them to the gravy. Give it a quick stir. Let all the flavors come together into the chicken before adding any stock or water to it. I'm going to now add in a cupful of stock and leave that to come to a boil for about 10 minutes. I've had the chicken cooking for about 6 minutes. I'm going to leave it for a few minutes longer, but for that I also do need to add in the apricots and the vinegar. Give that a stir, put off the flame and let the meat rest for about 5 minutes before plating it. The chicken has rested for about a few minutes and now's the time to plate it. So, a dinner plate. And before I forget, some microgreens on the top, and there you have it. An apricot chicken to eat your heart out. This is Michael from Hopping Chef saying, if you've loved this recipe, do try it at home, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's Hopping Chef.